PACER Center's Youth Advisory Board on Mental Health is a group of kids that gets together and tries to create change and reduce stigma around mental illness and try to help other kids and other adults and educate and advocate. Just really get our voices out there about mental health in youth.
To raise awareness of students and young adults who struggle with mental health disabilities. And I'd say basically just like a lookout for them. Let them know that they're not alone.
The biggest thing I learned about myself is that it's a lot more important for me to socialize than I thought it was. I mean, because for a while I thought that I'd just be fine on my own, but kind of need other people.
Quarantine, I've learned about myself that I can get pretty bored kind of easily when I'm not around a lot of people. If I'm by myself, I can get bored pretty easily.
I learned that I kind of like to be on my own a lot of times. Not having to, with the school being shut down and doing online learning, I actually like that way better than actual school because you don't have all the drama and everything else with that, and you're able to do it on your own time, and you really don't have as many distractions, or at least I don't have as many distractions at home as I would at school.
I'm very motivated when it comes to certain things, not like cleaning up or doing chores or anything that I don't want to do. But like I'm very motivated with my schoolwork and with helping out my friends and reading books and doing puzzles and taking care of myself and my family.
That I need social outings more than I thought I did.
The easiest thing that you can do is find somebody to talk to, get some help, because oftentimes, at least for me, I felt like nobody would understand, and that's why I didn't talk about it. But I think that there are plenty of people who understand the things that you're going through and who are willing to give you the sympathy and empathy that you need.
I'd have to say that that they're not alone. I mean, a lot of like I would just say that they're not alone. We're in their corner, and we've all got a life to live, and you need those supporters. So, and to me, we're all family. Maybe not by blood, but by spirit, we are family. And I want people to know that they don't have to fight their battles alone.
I recommend they talk to their friends or talk to anyone who they feel comfortable with, so you don't always just yourself to worry about. Or if you want to maybe have friends at school or in a community, you should chat with them more.
I know it's rough right now, but keep working through it. There's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, it's going to be hard, but you got to be strong and you got to work through it. And you just want to make sure you have people there to support you.
Give yourself, your own space. Take a walk. It's my biggest advice. Take a walk. You need a walk, take a walk. Don't coop yourself up in your room. Just take a walk. Go outside. You live in the middle of nowhere, go outside. You live in cities, go outside. Sit on your front step, go outside.
Oh, there's a lot of advice I could give, but I think that the biggest thing is just to not give up on yourself. That if you need something, it's out there. You just need to find it. And that there's other people going through the same things, and that you're not alone.
It's okay to not know what to do.
It's okay to feel afraid.
It's okay if you're different that shouldn't change. Everybody's different. Some people are just different in other ways, and that's what makes you unique.
It's okay to be you. It's okay to have mental health struggles and to have to use tools or go to therapy or talk to different people or do different schoolwork than others. It's okay. Whatever you need to be healthy.
It's okay to ask for help.
I have ADHD, ODD, and anxiety, but I am not my diagnosis. I am so much more.
I have depression, complex PTSD, anxiety, ADHD, and bipolar. But I am not my diagnosis. I am so much more.
I have autism, OCD, ADHD, depressive episodes, and generalized anxiety disorder. But I am not my diagnosis. I am so much more.
I have autism spectrum disorder, but I am not my diagnosis. I am so much more.
I have ADHD, anxiety, and depression, but I am not my diagnosis. I am so much more.
I have depression, PTSD, and anxiety, but I am not my diagnosis. I am so much more.
I have stood in the downpour of rain, and I have crawled through dark woods.
I have climbed a jagged mountain.
I walked through fire.
I have waded through heavy quicksand.
I have rowed through a vast ocean.
I have run across the hot desert.
I have sat alone in the quiet.
I have come a long way, but I did not get here alone. Along the way, I met you.
I have come a long way, but I did not get here alone. Along the way, I met you.
I have come a long way, but I did not get here alone. Along the way, I met you.
I've come a long way, but I did not get here alone. Along the way, I met you.
I have come a long way, but I did not get here alone. Along the way, I met you.
I've come a long way, but I did not get here alone. Along the way, I met you.
Together we stand. We survive. We care.
Together we connect. Together we are friends.
We learn. We advocate.
Together we rise. Together we are a family.
We hope, we plan, we thrive.
Together, there is a future. When our mental health needs are met, anything is possible.
When our mental health needs are met, anything is possible.
When our mental health needs are met, anything is possible.
When our mental health needs are met, anything is possible.
When our mental health needs are met, anything is possible.
Making sure all youth have access to mental health supports matters. And they need to have free access. Poor people cannot afford help. Without it, they're not going to get better. You're not supposed to be able to get better by yourself. Left to my own accord to get better, I would not be here right now.
Last year in May, I was discharged from a residential treatment center after a 3-month stay that helped me with my depression after many thoughts of wanting to end my life became overwhelming. At residential, it also became clear that medications alone weren't able to get to the core of my trauma, and I decided to go through intense therapy and hard work to face things head on.
Having a diagnosis helped me to know what it was and to not have this mysterious feeling, help make it manageable. Making sure all youth have access to mental health supports matters because you can't go through mental health issues alone. It's not possible to recover on your own. You really do need other people. I think it's why loneliness is one of the biggest causes of mental health issues, because it is really hard to manage alone.
Everyone needs a large support system, a lot of people that will be there to support them and understand them and give them tools and resources throughout whatever struggles they might be going through, whatever challenges they might be facing. I know without a support system like that, I would not be where I am today. And I hope that eventually someday everybody can be lucky enough to have a support system like that.
Support and somebody to lend an ear to them when they need it.
Everybody needs help.
Everybody needs support and validation. Having a mental health disability doesn't stop me from living my life or achieving my goals.
Having a mental health disability can seriously affect your life, and it can either be for the better or for the worse in some cases. But it's up to us to in terms of how we want to use it.
Having a mental health disability does not mean that you're incapable of doing anything. It means you might have a couple of extra challenges, and it means you might need some extra tools and some extra support. But having a mental health disability just makes you more brilliant and more special, makes you think in ways that other people may never have done before. Gives you more perspectives, more ins and outs, and more ways to look at things. And all in all, I think it's really a gift.
Does not mean that you have to fight battles alone. There are people that will help you along your way in your journey. Reach out to schools, school faculty to go to those, or go to some sort of seminar based on children, adolescent disabilities, to kind of get a better understanding of on how to better support those students or children.
I think personally that adults can do more to be more aware, such as actually taking time out of their day to see what exactly is the matter with certain kids, because sometimes, it can be rough for some kids, especially when people don't get it, or either that or belittle you for it.
Adults can best support children who use mental health needs by really just being there, not judging them, not giving up on them, really being there to provide the tools and to listen to the needs of the kids. I think that a big thing is in schools, I think that they need to be more open to accommodating the needs of kids with mental health disabilities and modifying what that day might look like to make it a little bit easier for those kids, so they still get the knowledge and they still get that social interaction, but they make it through a little bit easier. But I think at home it's a lot of, not judging your kid, not giving up on your kid, not thinking that you did anything wrong by having a kid with mental health disabilities, but just knowing that you need some extra tools and some extra support, and that's okay.
I don't know, I guess try and listen more. Sometimes whenever I talk to adults, sometimes we don't always want we want input, but we also want someone to just listen to us. Sometimes we don't want just advice. Sometimes we just want to vent and stuff. And it's very validating when someone does listen. So sometimes I actually prefer just to vent, to be listened to, than to solve problems. Because sometimes I know how to solve the problem, but I just want to get it off my chest and stuff.
The mental health needs of children and youth are increasing. PACER's Mental Health Youth Advisory Board has developed the following ideas to share with schools and community organizations about how to support the mental health needs and well-being of youth. It's important to talk about mental health and wellness to ensure students have access to supports in school and their communities. You can help. Promote mental health and wellness. We encourage schools and community organizations to add regular activities throughout your events, school day, and year dedicated to fostering inclusion, kindness, support, and promoting mental health and wellness. Here's a few ideas. Start a wellness club. Create a club where peers can connect, build relationships, and learn new strategies for taking care of themselves and each other. Get creative. Share and practice a calming strategy over morning announcements during lunch or other assemblies. Suggestion box. Ask students to share what works for them or what supports they would like to have in school. Post-it walls. Have sticky notes available with different mental health related themes and ask students to participate in completing sentences like, "It's okay," "I feel," "What gives me hope." School public service announcement PSA competitions. Host a fun and positive competition around creating unifying messages each year, such as "Stand together," "You're not alone," etc. Host a wellness fair. The fair should offer opportunities for mental health focused community-based organizations to participate and include student-led activities, games, skills, etc. Host educational events. These events can educate students, staff, and parents about mental health and wellness. Presentations. Invite theater groups, authors, artists, and other professionals to present to and engage students, staff, and families, using stories, art, and coping strategies, such as guided mindfulness, to address mental health needs and support wellness. Add more wellness education to your school's curriculum. This can include reading books with themes that address mental health and wellness. Participate in World Mental Health Day held in October each year and Mental Health Month in May. Mental health organizations offer toolkits with printouts and activity ideas. An internet search will help you find the most current tools for that year. Create a youth advisory board on mental health. Download PACER's free toolkit on how to help your school create a youth board to advocate and provide leadership for meeting the mental health needs of students. Provide access to information. You can help by placing information about available supports throughout your school for where students can go if they need support, as well as posting for crisis information. For crisis and suicide help, call 988, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. This national network of local crisis centers provides free and confidential emotional support to people in suicidal crisis or emotional stress 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The National Crisis Text Line is 741-741, or visit the website to chat. Trained counselors are available 24/7.
When we stand together, no one can stop us, really.
We will be able to support one another as well as show an impact on the world.
When we stand together, we're stronger than we could ever be by ourselves. One voice can be powerful, but more than that, adding together, you can create a lot more change.
When we stand together, we can solve difficult problems and have everyone's needs met.
The Youth Advocacy Board has been a big part of my life. I know I'm glad that I joined it. I mean, I've met several people in the last couple years of being part of the board that I'm proud to be meeting, because it makes me feel like not only am I able to help them, I'm also able to help myself. And I want to thank the Youth Advocacy Board. I want to thank PACER in general, and I want to thank my parents as well.